to Zamfara. If he started a community policing program, what time has he got to watch it grow? And at a point, they didn't even know the difference between community policing and PCRC. But anytime there was activity on that program, new donor agency money are just coming. I think when the donors got tired, they just abandoned the Nigerian police force to its ways. Not so much as because I don't need money coming in. What is community policing? Community policing, when you know the philosophy of it, was what the native authority police that I've studied in depth was all about. As I've said, to appreciate it, you want to look at developments in northwestern Nigeria, where children of the nobility from 1928 were encouraged to seek service in the native authority police forces, either as chief of police or councillor in charge of police. That was the scheme that the first set, Usman Nagogo was one of them, is turbaning as chief of police in Katsina 1929. Something beautiful to behold. The later versions were Adobaero, Ali Mustafa, the father of the current Lamido, whose photograph adorns my book, the cover of my book. Now, that was community policing, and as he told me in Kano, because of research, for a job that had been the exclusive preserve of slaves, having the son of your emir being involved in policing, oh, this was a good job. There was a rush into it. Now, times are changing. Old things have gone, but we can always bear certain things in mind. There are things that we can borrow from our history. Never mind where it took place. Best practice is what we are calling this thing. When I met the late Lamido, the father of the current one, in 2003, courtesy Alhaji Ahmed Jordan, he has some nostalgia for the way they used to work, because Adamawa is close to Cameroon. Some robbery has taken place and you are looking for the criminals that have escaped to Niger or Cameroon. You don't tell your emir that your bicycle has no chain or the spoke is bad. You have to go chase the criminal. And one man, WKR Halam, who lived for so very long in Jos, was involved with policing in the Borno area. He had photographs in his album showing the heads of criminals who ran away into Niger that they had to pursue, just to show the evidence that we got them. You cut off the head and bring it back to Maiduguri. So the point is about commitment. But to be fair, commitment can come only from persuasion. Individual is going to be committed, must be persuaded that he's serving his country and he's serving his conscience and he's serving his God. But the man you have left with inadequate pay, and even then, that little pay is delayed, there's no encouragement. These are shortcomings that those who want to own state police must bear in mind. They shouldn't be the last set to be paid, nor should they be paid the least amount of money. But their bosses must be warned far in advance. Do not use their money to go and trade first and then be paying them from the profit you make. It's documented. It used to happen.
Well, again, you've talked about, you've given suggestions on what should happen if and when this comes into position. Now, another area which we believe is critical in talking about state police, as you've mentioned, is training and recruitment even before the training. There have been allegations in the past that when people of doubtful character are recruited into law enforcement, or those who go into or who go to be recruited into law enforcement, not because they believe or they have any passion for maintaining law and order, but because it's the last, it's just a job. If I can't secure any job, then perhaps I go into law enforcement. That may give me the added advantage of being a man in uniform and being able to exercise some coercion over some people. What should be the guiding principle in recruitment, even before training, that you talked about?
The guiding principle in recruitment is, one, you have stated the criteria in terms of educational attainment. But let us get it right. being good idogotrechi may not necessarily mean you'll be good at crime control. But I'm not saying that it has no role. But we have gone so very far in the matter of provision of education that we shouldn't be talking about anybody who's being recruited